Most traders who fail prop firm evaluations think they failed because of their strategy, but they didn't. I'm going to show you in this video what they're doing to actually fail those evaluations, and it has nothing to do with their strategy or their charts. When a trader fails their apex evaluation, or any evaluation at that, the majority of the time they think it's something to do with their trading. They're looking for a better entry. They're looking to tweak their strategy, maybe change their strategy. You know, maybe it's going for a different target, profit target, smaller stop, bigger stop, whatever it is. Most of the time they think they could just tweak a little bit here, a little bit there, and, you know, that'll get them over the hump. Well, you know, that might be true in some cases, but I've been in this space for a long time now, for over 6 years as of this video, 6.5 years, and I've talked to thousands of traders, people in my community, the community that I built, right? And the majority of the time, 99% of the time, it's not what is in the charts. It's not what they're reading. It's not that strategy. Most people have a behavioral problem, right? It's mostly in the behavior. Let me break it down into 3 simple things that causes traders to fail their prop firm evaluations over and over. Number 1, they overtrade. That, you hear that all the time. And most of the time you even know it yourself. I know it. Everybody knows it when they do it, right? Overtrading. So you can have a game plan where you come in and say, I'm going to follow this strategy. I have a 2-loss limit, 3-loss limit, whatever it is. And guess what? You lose, you keep going. You lose, you keep going. But on the flip side, I've actually seen this where people don't know how to stop when they're up either. I've seen people go and have a really nice day, maybe make $1,000 on that day. They're getting to that goal. You know, most evaluation accounts are going to be the most common one is a $50,000 account, right? That could be, you know, $3,000 profit goal. They hit $1,000 in one day and they say, wow, let me go ahead and get this thing funded. And they trade again, they lose. So, well, let me make it back. They trade again, they lose. So that's one of the biggest problems is the overtrading, right? And then that a lot of times is going to cause revenge trading, because the overtrading, it could just be one simple trade. And if it doesn't go the way you thought, now it sparks the revenge trading. Revenge trading now leads you down the spiral to doom and blowing accounts. Number 2, they don't understand drawdown, whether it's trailing drawdown, end of day drawdown. Many traders do not understand drawdown. And I've seen many think they understand. They have no idea. All right. Especially if you're in an intraday trailing drawdown account. All right. You have to understand how the drawdown works. And if you don't understand it, go figure it out. Go find some videos. Go read FAQs. Okay. This video right here is in particular is not to explain how drawdown works. But if you don't know how it works, you definitely need to go find out. All right. Especially intraday. Just so you know, intraday is trailing you while you're in a trade. Okay. If you start off a brand new account and you trade and you go up $500, your trailing drawdown also increases by $500. If you reduce that, even if you're live in a trade, you're up $500, it pulls back down to $250. Right now, that trailing drawdown went up $500. It doesn't go backwards. So you have to understand that. That's why I love end of day trailing drawdown so much, because at end of day, you can have those fluctuations, and that drawdown only locks in at the end of the day when the day closes. So it's not going to keep fluctuating up and down. Okay, so, but go and understand trailing drawdown, intraday drawdown, end of day drawdown. Go and understand that better. Because also another thing that what you need to do is before you start your trading session, you have to understand what your specific drawdown numbers are. You have to understand, okay, I have this much left of drawdown. If I reach this number, you know, it'll blow my account. If I go below this number, if I go above this number, you have to know your numbers before you trade. Number 3, they don't treat it like a funded account. Now, I've done a video on this before, money management for valuations. And one of the biggest things I see is people just want to skip the valuation and just go straight to funded. Now, don't get me wrong. Because why? Everybody's looking at the evaluation like, I just got to get through this. I don't even care about the evaluation. I just want to get to funded, because you can't get paid out on an evaluation, right? Obviously, there's straight to funded accounts in different prop firms right now. And if that's what you want to do and go straight to funded, great, do that. But if you have an evaluation account, you should treat it a little more like a funded account. And when I say little, you should probably just treat it like a funded account. Because here's the thing. I talk about basketball a lot because I love basketball. I grew up with basketball, play basketball. My life has revolved around basketball so much. I even coach basketball now. So the thing is, when we talk in basketball a lot about is habits. A lot of things you're doing is building habits. The same can go for trading because it's mental, right? So in trading, if you're buying evaluation accounts, and I've seen people do this a lot, where it's like, I'm going to YOLO that thing. I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to take, these different trades. I'm going to do these different things. And just to get it funded. Once it's funded, I'm going to go to my normal strategy and I'm going to trade well, right? I've done it myself. I'm raising my hand. I've done it myself as well. It's like, man, whatever. I'm going to go heavier on these. I'm going to DCA in. I'm going to average in. I'm going to get this baby funded because I just want to get straight to funded and, start making money. Well, I can't tell you how many times I've seen people fail doing that, right? They create these bad habits and they don't know, because if you haven't done studying or reading or any kind of learning about the brain, which with trading, it's so mental and there's so much psychology behind it. I encourage you to go pick up a psychology book outside of trading. Pick up a psychology book, some kind of neuroscience book that talks about the brain a little bit. The brain is so powerful. When you're doing things like that, you're actually training your subconscious brain. And what happens is you don't know when that subconscious is going to become conscious. So when you're doing stuff like that on an evaluation account, you hit a funded account, you might start off well, right? Oh, I'm trading good, follow my strategy, money management, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what happens when something doesn't go your way one day? Boom, that subconscious kicks in like, hey, you've done this before and it worked because you got funded. You passed. You made $1,000 a day, $3,000 a day. And it kicks in and you do it on your live account, your funded account. Well, guess what? It might not work out so well that time, and boom, there goes your funded account, right? So that's a bad habit to pick up. So last year, if you've been following me, I kept the same funded accounts all year long. Okay, so this is what consistently funded traders do differently, all right? For me, it was 3 different things. I kept those accounts all year long, got multiple payouts out of those accounts, was very consistent, all right? And it wasn't because of my strategy. The strategy does play a part, right? But it wasn't because of my strategy. It's because I followed these 3 rules that I had for myself. Obviously, I had many more trading rules, pre-trading rules, things like that. But the first one is I never traded more than my plan allowed. Okay, now we're not perfect. We're humans, right? Every now and then we're going to have a mess up. But that's why I track everything as well as I track the spreadsheets, my trade journal, everything that I have and everything that I offer to everybody, because I have to follow the data. And I knew the times that I followed my plan to the T and I did not take one extra trade than my plan allowed for, over time, the numbers, the math just mathed, right? Like the numbers worked out and I was profitable over the long term. It's that beginning you have to really have patience with to get over that hump, okay? And the second thing is I knew exactly how my drawdown worked, just like what I talked about earlier. I knew exactly how it worked. Every day before I took a trade, I knew exactly how much that I had left of drawdown. I knew exactly how much I could what profit targets I need to hit. Once I hit targets, taking my profit, Don't let it go up and run all the way back against me. I was very disciplined with that every single day, stopping when I was supposed to. But that's the big one, just knowing how that drawdown works, all right? And number 3, this is a big one. I protected my accounts first, okay? My number 1 goal was protect my accounts. Know my max risk for the day. The beautiful thing is if you're using Rhythmic or Trade-Evade or whatever for your prop firm, right? You can go and set your loss limits for the day. Set that loss limit. If it's $200 a day, $300, $400, whatever that dollar amount is, set that loss limit in that account and lock it. That way, if you hit that loss limit, you can't go in there and just turn it off, right? And adjust it, because then that'd be defeating the purpose, right? You go in there, you set that loss limit. If you hit that loss limit, it locks you out for the day. You have no choice but to stop. Do that for yourself, because I guarantee you, even if you get mad that day and you're like, man, I got knocked out, there was a new trade going to happen and it was going to work out great, I could have made it back. But that's not how it always goes, right? Like, you could actually lose more. But then tomorrow, your tomorrow self is going to thank yourself for yesterday stopping, right? Your tomorrow self is going to be like, man, I'm so glad I stopped yesterday, because now I just had a great day. I made up that 200 I lost because I just made 500 today. But if I had lost 500 yesterday, this great day today would just be breaking it back even. So do that. The profits come second. Manage your risk first, your loss first, and the profits come second, right? So on some of the days, I didn't trade, like, because of you're managing your risk, right? There's some days that you don't trade. You don't have to trade every day. Okay, so if it's not there, it's not there. Don't get in a rush. All right, so don't get in a rush. All right, so here's the one thing I want you to take away from this video today. The prop firm evaluation is not testing your ability to make money. Remember that. It is not testing your ability to make money. It's testing your ability to not lose money. Aha! That's a big difference. Think about it. Why do they set, for example, a $3,000 target with a $2,000 loss limit? It's testing your discipline, your ability to not lose. Can you make $3,000 without losing 2? That's what it's doing. So if it's set up that way, you need to think risk first. Quit thinking about how much you can make. This is a long game, right? This is your ticket to financial and time of freedom. It's not a lottery ticket, okay? Quit treating it like a lottery ticket. All right? So every trader focuses on the profit target. That's the problem. The consistently funded traders focus on that drawdown limit. Again, I keep talking about that this whole video because that is what you need to focus on. Focus on that drawdown limit, right? If you're protecting your downside, then you're making profits. The profits will come. That's literally trading. That's the byproduct of trading, is you're either going to make money or lose money. So if you're protecting how much you're losing, right, then on the other side, you should be making money as well. All right. So you walk into every session and ask yourself, how do I protect my account today? Not how do I hit my profit target today? It's a completely different question. All right. And if you start doing that, your pass rate will start going up. It's just going to start going up if you do that. Think about it that way. All right. So change your mind. Shift your mind now. So if you're looking to grab another evaluation account or an Apex evaluation account, the ones I recommend, as I keep saying, are I do like the end of day drawdown accounts. The 50K accounts, of course, are the more popular ones. All right. But, you know, if you get a little bit larger account, then you get a little bit more drawdown availability. But hey, guys, if you are looking, though, those 5-packs are great. I love those 5-packs. You should pick up those 5-packs. You know, this part of this video is only if you're trading Apex accounts, right? If you use whatever prop firm, that's great. No problem. But if you're using Apex, I would definitely appreciate you using my code. And I love those 5-pack accounts because you're basically getting 5 accounts for the price of 4. Okay? You can't beat that. So if you plan to buy at least 4, just buy the 5-pack. Same, that's the basically the 5 for the price of 4. And as always, just if I'd appreciate if you use my code WIN, WIN, and yeah. So I hope you took something away from this video. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. And stay in touch. I'm giving a lot of information out. I'm gonna have my weekly recaps coming out starting this weekend. I'm gonna have my weekly recaps. I'm gonna each week dive into more detailed stuff, not just prop firm. So a wide variety of everything, as I said last week. And there will be for sure 1 week informational video and 1 week recap video. All right. So hope y'all have a great day. Have a great week. And I'll see y'all on the charts. Trade well, everybody. Take care.
Yeah.